Yesterday, we had our monthly, well, bi-monthly, I guess every other month in the Clinical AI Club, we have a live session that I do that's like an intro to AI, intro 101 to AI. And I always love those because it's like, I've been doing this for so long. Some of this stuff seems like really easy to me, but I can see them looking at me sometimes. They're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So if anybody has any of those like really intro questions, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to help. Some of the things as basic as like, what is a prompt to use with ChatGPT and or Claude or Perplexity or whatever AI you're using. So in that presentation I talk about prompts, how to construct prompts and all of that, because that really does get you, started off on the right foot. If you go into an AI like ChatGPT and you just type in like a really brief thing, you're not going to get very good results. And you might, if you're a first-time user, look at it and be like, this is worthless. This isn't going to help me at all. So it's important to understand prompt construction and all of that. And I do have a free guide. If you haven't signed up for it yet, when you sign up for the Run Your Private Practice with AI newsletter, there's a free guide that I give that's like therapist prompts. It walks you through prompt construction. There's a little tutorial video in the handout that I send you when you sign up. And it just kind of walks you through that process. So it's not exactly that intro to AI that I do like full on in the AI club, but it's a good intro. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, I would totally recommend that. And another question that came up yesterday is somebody was just like, how do you even like use AI in your daily life? And it really got me thinking because I'm like, I actually use it for everything. The second I wake up to the second I go to bed, my first thought is like, let me go ask ChatGPT what it thinks, which is kind of scary in a way because, I'm slowly becoming sort of dependent on using that as like a resource to help me with all aspects of my life. So I thought it might be fun to just kind of go through and share like the last 2 days, what I did with ChatGPT to give you ideas really to see like the versatility of it and everything you can use it for. And again, I always say ChatGPT because, that's my go-to. I started with ChatGPT and it's just like my go-to. A lot of people love Claude. They say it gives better outputs to them. I get good outputs over there. Maybe I'm just like not as familiar with that platform. So I do recommend play with different ones. There's Claude, there's Gemini, there's Microsoft Copilot. Somebody in the AI Club yesterday said she's been using Microsoft Copilot and she really likes it. So there's lots of different ways to do that. But I'm just going to share a little bit to give you some ideas, especially if you're new to it. I'm just going to talk about like what I've used it for in the last like 24 hours to help you see everything you can do. So for this live, I have built what's called a GPT. It's a little more advanced. In the AI Club, we do talk about how to build GPTs, and I have some other like podcast episodes around that. But I build these GPTs for really specific purposes. So I actually have one for this live, and I'll go in and say, what should I talk about today? And it actually suggested like, hey, do a day in the life. And somebody asked me yesterday how much I use it. So I was like, that's perfect. I'll talk about that. That's what I consulted last. That was the last thing I just did in ChatGPT before I hopped on here. It's like, what should I talk about today? It gave me tons of ideas, including like a day in the life using ChatGPT. The thing I did before that is I run a membership program called Bill Like a Boss, where I help therapists learn how to build insurance in their private practice. So it's half therapists and half virtual assistants and admin assistants that are also learning mental health billing. So I've got a little bit of both in there. But I created a GPT for that too, and I use it to help me run that membership. So if you're somebody that's been thinking about, maybe I should start a membership community and, get some more passive income coming in, Bill Like a Boss, it's amazing. It helps therapists, it helps admin assistants, but it also is a income stream for me. And it's been amazing. We've been around for 4 years now. I think we have like 300 some members right now. People come, people go. But we've helped so many people learn how to do insurance billing in their private practices. It's amazing. But what I did is I built a GPT. Basically, I took every single training I've ever done inside of Bill Like a Boss. I took the transcripts, I uploaded them to this GPT, and now this insurance billing bot knows everything about Bill Like a Boss and knows everything about insurance billing. Anytime a new issue comes up in the world around insurance billing, I feed it to the bot and I train it, I update it. Like, for example, Medicare, we are all breathlessly waiting to see if Medicare is going to allow us to continue telehealth sessions the way we've been doing it with our clients. It's set to expire on January 1st, and it's going to go back to the old ways. But anyway, this is something I've updated ChatGPT with, and now that it has a search function, I could just say, hey, go out and see if there's any new updates on this Medicare issue, and it'll go out and find the most recent, articles or trainings around this particular topic. So it's helping me stay up to date. But I use that every day. So I consulted it 4 times this morning with questions that were coming in the Bill Like a Boss group. And the cool thing is, it helps me. It helps me articulate a really comprehensive statement like I would do it and like my certified biller inside of Bill Like a Boss would do it, because it's trained on Annie and it's trained on me. Every time we've ever asked a question, it's in this billing bot. So it answers it like we would answer it. But it saves me so much time from having to write all that stuff out. It's so helpful. And so that's something I consulted this morning. And then another GPT I built one specifically for Instagram stories. And what I do with this thing now is I basically type in and I say, hey, this is what I've got going on today. I want you to give me ideas on how to turn these into Instagram stories. 1, to share about my life and, let people know what's going on in my world. And 2, engage with my audience and people that I interact with. So this is something as a therapist, if you've got a social media platform, you can create a story GPT that's going to help you engage with your clients or potential clients that are seeing you on social media. It's excellent. So I've taken a few story courses over the years, those little $27 courses you can get. I fed all of that information into my GPT. It's private. I'm not sharing it with anyone. It's not a copyright violation or anything like that, but I fed it into it. And now it knows how to construct a story that's going to have people want to work with me or have people interested in the content that I'm sharing. Make the stories interactive by putting stickers and polls and that sort of thing. It does all of that for me, and it tells me everything I have going on that day. So this morning when I woke up, I said, here's what I've got going on today. I've got this live. I've got a billers meeting today at 12:30. Every week we do a live billers meeting. We've got that. I've got clients I'm meeting with today. Actually, I have 2 or 3 clients still that I see, aside from these other income streams that I do. I've got them coming up. So it knows all of that, and it's already constructed like 5 or 6 things for me to do today on a story that I could just go over, look at this and say, oh yeah, I'm going to do a story on this right now, and just pop it in there. And it's so easy because I don't even have to think about it anymore. Another thing I Googled in the last 24 hours is therapist location policy. So people in my traveling therapist group feel the need to just put opinions about whether you can practice in one state or not practice in one state. So yesterday, somebody's in the group yelling, all caps, that the therapists in the thread don't know what they're talking about. They need to do their research. They can't practice in another state, all of this stuff. It's just unbelievable, because I have a rule in there. It's like, if you're going to say something, back it up with documentation. So I came over to ChatGPT. I said, can you find me the regulations for this state, this type of licensure, and let me know exactly where you found it so I can pull it, do a screenshot, pop it in that thread, and be done with it. So I did that. The information this person was giving was wrong. I found the right information. I was able to pull it up really quickly. It summarized it beautifully for me in ChatGPT. I shared the link, and now people that really wanted that information, they've got accurate information. And I was able to back it up with documentation. So I used ChatGPT for that. What else? Oh, my dad. My dad called yesterday. If y'all know me at all, you know that, my dad's got diabetes. He's early stage Alzheimer's. So I'm using ChatGPT a lot to help me manage some of that. But yesterday he calls and says, oh, I want to take the doctor's advice. I really want to start exercising more, but I've got, I'm diabetic. I've got neuropathy in my feet. I need really good tennis shoes. Which tennis shoes should I get? He wants my and my sister's advice around, this stuff. So I did a search on ChatGPT. I literally said, what's the best diabetic tennis shoe? Give me the list of the top 10. It gave me a list of the top 10. It gave me why they were the best for diabetics. It gave me the links of where I could go research them more. And now I've got this list of 10 tennis shoes that I can tell my dad to go buy, or I could buy them on Amazon and send them to him, just through Amazon. These are just a few things. And there's a ton of other things. I got a trademark approved yesterday, which ChatGPT helped me apply for the trademark, but it got approved yesterday. It's for the website I have called Progress Notes AI. Progressnotesai.com is the website. I got approved for the trademark. I got the certificate in and the information, and I was like, what does this even mean? I took the information that came, I fed it into ChatGPT, and it said, here's what you can do with this. And I told it to act like an attorney and give me more advice on how to handle having that trademark now. What is a cease and desist? When can I use this? If people are using the phrasing progress notes AI, what can I do about that? Is there anything I can do about that? And then I actually have a lawyer I consult with on trademarks and stuff. So I said, draft me a letter so I could ask him a question real quick about this trademark. Send it over to him. Boom. Sent the email, got a response back, but I didn't have to think about what to write. It just did it for me. But that's just my day in the life of ChatGPT. There's probably, actually, I'm looking at it, there's a bunch more things I did yesterday too that I didn't even talk about. So all of the things I do, I'm over consulting AI to help me make it quicker, easier, more efficient, all of that good stuff. So I hope you guys find that helpful. If you're not doing these things, give it a try. There's so many ways. If there's something you're doing over and over every day, build a GPT for it. It's going to make your life so much easier. If you don't know how to build a GPT, come over to the Clinical AI Club, sign up. There's a workshop in there we did live. The recording's in there, the pre-work is in there, and it'll help walk you through how to set up a GPT. I do have a new product I'm offering. I'll help you build a GPT. It's a 90-minute session with me, and then I give you 2 weeks of Voxer access, which is like a walkie-talkie app. After we have our meeting, if you have any follow-up questions, if you need help with anything, but I'll help you set up a GPT for whatever is going on in your life that you need help with, whether it's private practice stuff or just like productivity or social media or anything like that. I can help you set that up, and there's a link. I'll put a link down under this if you want to go check that out. Like I said, I could go, I probably did 20 other things yesterday with it, so there's just so many ways to do it. But I hope this gives you some ideas. If you have any questions, let me know. This episode was sponsored by Berries. If you guys don't know about Berries, it's berries.icu/therapist. They sponsor this podcast. I'm their clinical consultant. They're an AI progress note writing company. Now they do treatment plans. And you guys might have seen my live a couple weeks ago. I released my audit-proof progress note inside of Berries. So if you go into Berries and you go under My Formats and you type in KYMTOLSON, Kim Tolson, 2 words, it'll unlock my audit-proof progress note that you can use with Berries. So you have your session with your client. You've got that progress note format open or unlocked inside of Berries. You can click on it. It's going to write the note just like my note that I use that has passed audits. And it's going to make your life a lot easier. So I hope if you're using Berries, and if you're not using Berries, go check it out. You get 20 free sessions and you get access to my note without even paying for Berries. You don't even have to put a credit card in. You just sign up and you give it a try and you get 20 free sessions. And then I've got a coupon code 50 from Kim that gives you $50 off the first month of Berries. They also released a lot of really cool things recently. They put an interventions bank where you can use the magic edit button, which is AI, and you can tell it exactly the interventions that you want to use in all of your notes. So if you're like a DBT therapist, you might have a lot of different interventions than maybe if you're a CBT or an EMDR therapist. So you can now pick and choose your interventions. You can use my audit-proof progress note if you want to. And you can write your treatment plan, which the treatment plan thing is amazing. So yeah, that's it. Sponsored by Berries. If you guys have any questions whatsoever after watching this, let me know. Have a great rest of the week. Take care.